Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I've got 14 orders going out today, plus some bonus sales, so we'll get to that at some point. First thing going out, B3B is a Hallmark keepsake, B3B. It is a Tom and Jerry. I think it's this one, yes. Where Jerry is stealing Tom's milk. What a jerk he is. Tom always seems like the bad guy, but really, Jerry's kind of a jerk. He's always poking the cat. Come on. And for that item, $22.49 free shipping. I think I paid $1 for that. If I remember correctly, there was a sale where they had a tote full of these Hallmark keepsake ornaments. And the guy, he was really trying to get me to buy them all. He's a, what would you call it? He's a picker. I don't think he does, he might do some eBay. I don't think so. He just does a big garage sale every year. I think he does some storage clean outs. Maybe he owns some storage units, something like that. He has a big sale every year. He was trying to get me to buy them all. I picked out 4 or 5 that I thought were valuable, because this is one of those items where it's very hit or miss, leaning a lot more towards the miss because they're very mass produced. And a lot of them are, they'll have like a specific year on there. So that really, you can run into some worthless ones, that's for sure. But that one, $22.49 free shipping. That's great. That was 10% off. Next thing going out, C3 is a Cotopaxi C3 backpack. Cotopaxi with a llama. That's a llama, right? Alpaca? Are those the same thing? Llama, alpaca? Is that like the difference between like a sheep and a ram? Like they're the same thing, but they're not the same thing? I really don't know. But for that, Cotopaxi Luzon 18 green hiking camping backpack, $32.99 free shipping. That was listed for less than 48 hours. Next thing going out, D2 is a vintage brass, what did I say? D2 over here, vintage brass ashtray. And it's very cool, ornate with a ornamental dragon kind of looking thing. It's actually easier to see on this side. And then also along the edge, it has that. And then what this is in the middle is it's for, which is why I picked it up, because it was just so unique. I probably still would pick up the ashtray, but you would keep your matchbook in here. And then on the bottom here is a place where you could strike your matches. Pull out your matchbook, strike a match. And by matchbook, I mean matchbox. For that item, $27.89 plus shipping. I think I paid a couple bucks for that. I remember the garage sale I got, everything was very cheap. So I think that probably was under $5. Actually, I know it was under $5, but it was probably in the $2 range. Next thing going out, it's a book. It's an antique book. I've decided antique needed to be the first word, apparently. Modern Priscilla Home Furnishing. So, modern. Right here, Modern Priscilla Home Furnishing. The picture looks much more brown than this actually is. It's like green. I have no clue what that's about. I'm guessing home furnishings. Yep, probably how to decorate your house. And for that book, $8 free shipping from 1925. Next thing going out, A2 Jurassic World Tyrannosaurus. If it wasn't for all these Jurassic movies, kids would never know that there was other... Oh, come on, what am I hung up on? Nothing, just being silly. Kids would never know there's other types of dinosaurs. Because when I was a kid, there was T-Rex. That's it. And now, kids will go to these movies or watch a show, because this one's from the Netflix show they did. I didn't watch it. I have no idea if it's any good. And they'll have something that looks just like a T-Rex, which there is. But there's many, many different types. Kind of like, yeah, of course there's dogs, but there's collies and Shih Tzus and Pomeranians and German Shepherds. Same thing with dinosaurs. You got like the T-Rexy looking ones. There's a bunch of them. I don't think kids would have ever known unless Jurassic Park had been such a popular thing for decades now. $13.99 plus shipping. I actually paid $4.99 at Salvation Army for this. And the only reason I picked it up is because it was a very slow sourcing day. I think I only got like 2 or 3 things that day. and it was new and packaged. The package is in terrible condition. New and packaged, very easy to list, you know, scan a barcode. I said, okay, I know I'm not going to make a ton of money. Like, I'll probably make $5 profit, even though it's $13.99 plus $12.75 shipping. Now I'm paying around 15% in fees on that $26.74. The total amount is what you pay fees on, which I think many people are unaware of. I was unaware of it. Even after I was a full-time seller, I still didn't know that. Really something to be aware of. You can't, just because there's profit, sell something if the shipping is extraordinary, because you can lose all your profits on the fees on just the shipping. So about $5 profit on that. Easy one to deal with, though. Next up, A5 is a mixed lot, A1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of blank media CDs. There's some CDRWs, CDR, and these have been listed forever. And I mean forever. Multiple years. And I've had to lower the price. I even made them free shipping. I should have pulled these out of the store. I'm probably, speaking of that, going to lose money on this deal because I paid some amount of money for those. I should have just pulled those out and put them in my garage sale for $1. I probably would have made more profits that way. $11.99 free shipping. This cannot go media mail because they are blank. And let's see what it weighs, because it feels like it might be over a pound. Yeah, that's going to be over 2 pounds. So depending on where that goes to, I 100% lost money. I'm just not sure at how much money. That's a bummer. I wish I would have spotted that sooner instead of just keep lowering the price. And it's going to Texas. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Hopefully they leave me a positive feedback, so at least the negative dollars I make will have some positive result, but that's a mistake on my part. Next thing going out, C4 is a Susan Bates. What is this thing? A Susan Bates Silvalum knitting needle. Okay, let's go. C4. C1, 2, 3, 4. And we did end up listing most of those knitting needles and crochet bits and pieces. And then we did have to do a lot of some of them. Let me just grab this bucket, because I'm assuming that's where it is, and see if I can find it. But this is the first one we've sold, so I've had very little contact with them. They basically came in, put them on the video, Jen listed them, and I have no clue about anything that's knitting needle or anything, but it does have a red back. Okay, it is these. But it's in the picture it looks red, but these ones are pink, and they are new, but the packaging got ripped here. Maybe they're not new. I really don't know. Maybe they snuck one out. But how many do we have in the listing? Just so at least I can make sure that matches. There is 4 of them. There's 4 in the package. There we go. And for that item, $10 free shipping. And I'll leave that up here because I think there's another one going out today. Next thing going out is a couple of Spirit Flutes Rest and Relaxation CDs. And I got these from my dad. He, I think, found them in a random box and said, hey, these are new in package. I'm going to trash them unless you want them. So I said, I don't know. They're not worth a lot, but if I lot them together, maybe I can make some money. And for the pair of those, $9.89 free shipping. They must have been 10% off. And those will go media mail. So because they were free, I'll probably make about $4 there. Next thing going out, B3C is a Laura Geller makeup brush, and this might be the last makeup brush. Oh, I see a couple in here, so it's not the last one, but they kind of look like they might be the same. They are not. I think it's this one, this double-sided Laura Geller makeup brush, and it is $801 free shipping. I don't know if they did the math with the tax or something, or maybe they just hit the wrong button, but that was an offer they sent me, $8.01. Okay, that's sure. Actually, they were trying to entice me with the reverse of, you know, how I make everything .99 in order to trick people into buying stuff. Maybe they're doing the reverse. We'll throw in an extra penny, that way they take my offer. $801 free shipping. Next thing going out is a Clover Takumi bamboo circular knitting needle. And it was on C4, which I think is this bucket again. Takumi. We have a Clover Takumi. Size number 8. They changed the font on the app, and I like that because my eyesight's terrible, and it's not this one. Because my eyesight's terrible, but when I'm going to read a title, it cuts it off because there's a larger font. I saw Back from Burnout, the young lady from Australia, she posted that she hated it, and then overwhelmingly her audience also hated it. I don't know. I'm a big fan of big print. I postulated to her that it might, if it's on the buyer end as well, that might work for higher sales because, you know, bigger print, when you're scrolling through, it's easier to look at what you want. I don't know. I have no way to quantify that, but that was at least my thought. Number 8, 5mm. This one right here. And for that very tiny, doesn't weigh anything item, $9.89 free shipping. That again must have been a 10% off sale, which I, of course, run continuously almost. And by continuously, I mean 2 to 3 days, ends, start another one, 2 to 3 days. Next thing going out is a audio source amp 100. I think it's a receiver of some kind. Let's see what we got. It's a power amplifier. This one right here. I'm not going to pull it out right now because I'm not going to pack it right now and it'll just be in my way. I got that from my friend Frank, so I paid nothing for it. For that item, $76.49 plus shipping. That is beautiful. Frank, if you're watching, thank you very much. That eliminates another electronic, so I'm getting real close to being able to clear maybe one of these shelves out, at least maybe move one of them. I am working on going through all my recommended, what do they call that? I'm blanking right now. Item specifics. Recommended item specifics. It's the worst. It's just such a terribly tedious process. The jewelry is a nightmare. I'm talking nightmare. And the only reason I'm doing it is, for one, I need to figure out for me, is it beneficial to my business? Because if it's not, then of course, I'll just not worry about it. I'll go, okay, the people that say it helps them, maybe they're doing it different than me. But if it is beneficial, then I also know, so that for one, I can start doing it, I can make sure to do it, and I can let you know one way or the other how it worked out for me. So far, in one weekend, I got through about half. And then now it's like a list 10, 15 items, and then I only have enough time to fix maybe 20. So it's like one step, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So it's very slow at this point. Maybe this weekend I can finish up the rest. It's hard to do from your phone. So that's a bummer because if not, I could just do it sitting in bed, whatever, watching TV with the kids or something. But it's very difficult to accomplish from your phone because you can't copy and paste. Because with the jewelry, it's all unknown, not available. Because for something that's solid metal, it will ask me for the cut of the gem, carat of the gem, diamond clarity, stuff that's clearly not necessary for a gold tone metal tie bar, or like an enamel pin. For an enamel pin, just because it's in the pin category, which is in the jewelry category, it gives me all these options it wants me to fill out. It's so stupid. I'm never gonna say it's not stupid, because it's 100% stupid. But if it gets me more sales, then I will do stupid things all day. But the reason I say that is because I did just yesterday finish that one. So I don't know if that helped in the sale of that. Who knows? Next thing going out, B3D is a snap-on socket. B3D. B3D. That's this one, right? Yes, it is. But we forgot the 14, unless I just didn't see it. Oh, no, it does say 14. Go Gen on top of it. So easy to find things. It is beautiful. And if you don't know the reference I'm making whenever I say beautiful like that, there's a for that $14.39 free shipping that was 10% off. I don't think I got to tell anybody, but Snap-on, buy it. If it's cheap enough, buy it. Even if it seems extremely expensive, look it up. Because sometimes the ludicrous price at a garage sale is still half what you'll get for it on eBay. It's insane. But when TikTok first came around, there was a gentleman who he had a really angry, mean face, and he would do like a real close-up, and then he would watch videos of people baking cakes or whatever, and he would just say that it was beautiful. It tickled me. I enjoyed it. I hate TikTok, but I enjoyed those videos. He is now pretty famous, I think, which is so odd that you can be TikTok famous or shorts famous. Like the guy that just does the face, he now he's been in a music video with Snoop Dogg. He's a millionaire. He went from a poor kid in Africa, I think, maybe South America, just making videos on his phone, and now he's a millionaire. It's a crazy world we live in. Next thing going out, it's a book. Pink Floyd book. I'm guessing it's right over here. Yes, this one. And this came with my house. It was just in a room somewhere. There wasn't a ton of stuff here, but there was some stuff. But it's just, let's see, it's like concert dates and pictures. Very cool. Not cool enough for me to keep. $14.99 free shipping. That was listed for less than a day. So that's been sitting in my house for years. Should have just listed it a long time ago. And then next item going out, KC and the Sunshine Band on vinyl. It's this one here, I can tell, because it's a rainbow, and you can see the rainbow from the side. KC and the Sunshine Band right there. And I have not sold a vinyl in a long time. The last one I sold, it had been very long before I sold that one. $10 free shipping. Because we did, at one point, list a bunch. You can see in this section, and it was out to about here. And now it's whittled its way back a little bit. But I have so many to list. Down there, up here. Jen and I both hate it. Hate it. Because they're not the best condition. None of them were stored properly. So you have to clean every one. So it's a whole ordeal. It will probably be a winter project for us. Maybe try an assembly line type thing. Actually, thinking of it now, probably be a Thanksgiving break or a Christmas break type of scenario. Because then when the kids are home on vacation, Cadence can watch Thea, and we can maybe do like an assembly line and try to knock out a bunch of them. Because they just got to get listed. And you know what? I'm going to end today on Tip of the Day. And the tip of the day is, if it's not listed, it will not sell. 100% will not sell. Seems simple, but like this book that I had sitting in my house for years with an intention to sell it, of course it's not going to sell. It was just sitting upstairs waiting. What good does that do anybody? And so I did say I had some bonus sales to tell you about. What the bonus sales are from is friend of the show, Juju Rain. If you've seen her in the comments sometimes, she reached out and said, hey, I got a couple things I'm interested in, and a blanket, one of the two I got at the estate sale, the brown, orange, green. I think she has maybe a 70s motif in her house, maybe a fall colors motif, that kind of thing. I said, okay, email me what you want. I'll come up with a price and come back at you. So things that sold. There were some vintage Tupperware tumblers, the orange and yellow ones. There was Disney Tangled for Nintendo Wii, vintage avocado green measuring cups, which were very cool looking. They weren't Tupperware, but whoever put them out, I think they were unbranded, but whoever did put those out, they were trying to come for Tupperware because they're like ornate handles. Really, really cool as far as like a plastic measuring cup goes. But I think Tupperware just wins out because it is basic, so it appeals to more people. But I don't know what brand it is, so maybe this brand survived and did great. Then there were a bunch of Walt Disney Masterpiece VHS vinyl figures. So they look like, you'll be seeing the pictures on the screen, of course, but they look like a VHS, but then when you open it, it's a small vinyl figure. And she bought me out of those. I even threw in a bonus one just because I said, I just want to end the listing. So threw in a bonus one of those. And what was some other stuff? Ooh, very cool. There was two foam pumpkins. One was a well-made toy manufacturing That's a good choice of name. And then the other one was a Dan D. And they're not super expensive, but if you see them, pick them up. They do sell. And, of course, can't break them. You throw them in a poly bag. They're made of foam, like squishy foam. You don't have to spend extra money on bubble wraps. Just anything that's unbreakable is great to sell. And like I said, then there was also that blanket. So Juju, thank you. By now, they've definitely arrived because my videos, I don't know, I'm doing 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays. I think I'm going to have to start doing more, maybe just every other day, because if not, I'm just going to end up with a backlog of videos forever. But I also, last year, I took off from working. You still got to ship orders, and, you know, when you're bored, you still list something, at least I do. I took off from Thanksgiving to Christmas, till the day after Christmas. So maybe I'll just keep going with the week and a half, 2 week delay. And that way, when it does come up to vacation time, videos will still stay consistent, but who knows? I'll figure that out as I go, of course, as always. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.